Hello everyone, how are you keeping? Hope everyone had a great October and a happy Halloween, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to give you a quick update here into last month's market sales and just help you understand kind of what's taking place and what's kind of going on with the real estate market at this point in time. But thank you for coming back to the channel here and just giving me your time. So, it's no big secret here that the real estate market is kind of, taking a significant change here in this past year, and it sort of continues to adjust itself month over month. It's, high inflation and increasing interest rate hikes, it's scaring people off from making any, buying and selling decision. But what I want you to consider is simply this, is that the marketplace is still selling homes. And except that not at that same pace that everybody's been adapted to seeing, for the last 8 or 10 years. But in fact, when I did do a check on home sales history, sorry, the light's going off here, on home sales history, I can see that back in 2018 there were about 78,000, just over 78,000 homes that had sold. And then when I looked even further back, I can see that back in 2014 to about 2008, there were less than 100,000 homes that had sold. So it looks like this year we're on pace to see roughly about 70,000 to about 75,000 homes that will probably sell. So from my perspective, that's not a bad year. Especially given the fact that our economy is kind of taking a big shift with several interest rate hikes, and the government's pushing to try to slow down the market with high inflation and everything else that's going on out there. So also what I see is, although 70,000 or 75,000 home sales may seem like less homes being sold, for me it's a normal market. And when I look at the home sales again, in the last 2 to 5 years, it looks like an abnormal market. When you start seeing bidding wars and price wars and people making multiple bids, 20, 30, 40, 50 offers on a property, to me that's abnormal. Price going through the roof, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 for a home, that's abnormal. This is a normal market where a buyer can actually go in, have a look at a property, make an educated decision, actually give an offer within a reasonable amount of time, not having to decide right on the spot or lose the property, and give an offer with terms and conditions where he's not having to decide with 20 or 30 or 50 other people making that same decision and potentially actually losing that property. So for me, this is a normal market. And I've seen other years where we've seen 78,000 homes being sold or 74,000 homes being sold. So again, I have to say that this looks more like a normal market, especially in this state of economy that we're looking at this year. So I hope that kind of rings a bell with you guys. If you think different, send me a comment, shoot me a comment, tell me what your thoughts on this economy. I enjoy this. I think this is a better marketplace for folks that want to get out there and shop around for better deals, because they're out there right now. Trust me. So let's look at last month's average pricing. Just to give you a perspective on what's going on out there. In October, the average price of a home was $1,089,428 versus, say, September, which was $1,086,991. Slightly up, not very much, but just slightly had gone up. So, but when I look at what the marketplace has been doing, for since say July, which was when say the market started shifting and started had come down. The market back then was 1,074,000, and then in August it had come up slightly. It came up to 1,079,000, and then of course we seen in September we seen it in 1,086,000, and now this month 1,089,000. So it's slowly but surely it's coming up. Now, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Well, it indicates that there's strength in the market. That's what it indicates to me. So although there's turmoil, there's high interest rate, high inflation, there's strength in the market. So be aware of that, because the market continues to be, although the market continues to be volatile, there's pricing keeps going up. Why? I don't get it. Okay? It's a strong market out there. All right, so active listings. Active listings last month, 13,023. Say versus September, 13,534. So slightly down about 4%. So when I look at the Toronto Real Estate Board numbers, it shows me here that year over year, the active number of listings was down 68%. Well, when the media got a hold of this, active listings are down 68%. They had a heyday with this stuff, right? Well, it's not doom and gloom, because we can't use last year's numbers in any sense to forward it for this year. This year is a completely different market than last year's market. In terms of numbers, in terms of price, in terms of everything, it's completely different. So month over month, we can compare, absolutely. So let's look at days on the market. So days on the market, for October, it's taking 23 days to sell a home. Same for September, it was taking 23 days to sell a home. Not bad. It's giving the buyer time to make decisions where they didn't have that before. Before, it was one day, maybe not even. As soon as the house came on MLS, it was being sold. Can you imagine making decisions that without conditions, blindfolded, having to buy a home and just sight unseen sometimes? So, you have time to make decisions now. Draft offers that make sense, that have the correct conditions so that you can decide correctly. It's normal. It's normal. You have a normal state of mind. Months of inventory. All right, so October months of inventory was 2.6. Still, in the opinion of a realtor, months of inventory, that would still indicate that it's a seller's market. Anything above, say, 5 months of inventory, it starts to shift towards, say, a buyer's market. You're probably saying to me, "Oh, hey Nick, I'm going to be a seller's market." Well, it's not exactly a seller's market, but given the state of the economy and everything that's going on, it's a balanced market. All right, and the inventory that's out there, there's about 2.5 months worth of inventory out there, versus say September, which was about 2.7, so slightly down. So you can see less listings out there, so the inventory has come down. Months of inventory has come down. So yeah, it's come down a little bit. All right, so sales for September, we had 5,038 sales right across the GTA, versus say October we had 4,961. A slight decrease, about 2%. So when I look at the numbers on the Toronto Real Estate Board, sales year over year was down 49%. Well, when the media got a hold of this, oh my God, down 49%. Is the market finally crashing? Something like this, right? Well, no, it's not crashing. It just indicates that we don't have that same market last year. But take a look, as I mentioned to you before, We don't have an abnormal market. We have a normal market. As I said to you in my opening statements, we're probably going to finish up somewhere between, say, 70,000 to 75,000 total sales, which is still healthy, given the fact that this economy has taken such a heavy hit in terms of interest rates and inflation and everything else that's going against it. It's still a healthy market. So I hope that's helped you understand what's going on with the numbers in terms of where we are, in terms of sales and inventory and average pricing. But I always want to give you my final thoughts, because I think it's important that you understand what I think of what's going on in this marketplace. For some of you, you may not want to be. This may not be the right time for you to make a buying or selling decision. I get it. I understand. Especially if you're an investor, you've got property sitting there. You're not going to want to sell it in this market. I completely understand that. You're going to want to wait till the market takes that turn, and it's going to. Eventually, it will make that U-turn and go back up again. And if you're a buyer, you may be in that position where you still might not be able to qualify. The interest rates have gone up, and you're still not qualifying. I get that. But for those that are sitting on the sideline waiting for that market to crash, you might have a long wait. I'm going to be honest with you. You might have a long wait, because the market continues to be strong. It's always been. The real estate market has always been and will continue to be one of the greatest investments that you can make. It's always been that way. If I look back to when I first started in this business, which was 34 years ago, it's shown me that the real estate market has always been one of the greatest investments, continues to grow, and if you stay with it, it brings you back your investment in twofold. So I hope that's helped you understand. I hope that's given you a great perspective on what's going on in this market. And as always, I want you to give me your thoughts. Share with me what you think about this video, what you think about my ideas and my thoughts here. And again, thank you for everyone for tuning in into this video. Please like, share, and subscribe with this video. Leave your comments below. And as always, thank you so much, and hope to see you on the next one. Take care for now. Bye, everybody.